Ever felt like you're just a pawn in someone else's game? Like you're being used? It's a disconcerting feeling that many of us have grappled with. It's important to know when you're being taken for a ride, when your kindness, time, or resources are being exploited. It's a subtle art, recognizing these signs, and it's a common struggle. But fear not, we're here to help. Stay tuned as we unveil the 15 signs that someone is using you and doesn't care about you. Starting with sign 1, they only reach out when they need something. Ever notice that one person in your life who always seems to pop up when they need a favor? You may not hear from them for weeks or even months, but the moment they need a hand, your phone rings. It's like they have a sixth sense for when you're free and available to serve their needs. That's sign 1. Moving on to sign 2, they take more than they give. A balanced relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romantic connection, is a two-way street. Both parties should be contributing and benefiting equally. But if you find that you're always the one giving, your time, your energy, your resources, and getting little to nothing in return, that's a red flag. Sign 3. They disregard your feelings. We all have moments when we're not the most considerate, but continual disregard for your feelings is a clear sign of a one-sided relationship. If you express that something they've done has upset you and they shrug it off, or worse, turn it around on you, that's not okay. Everyone deserves to be heard and understood in a relationship. Next up, sign 4. They never initiate plans. Are you always the one suggesting meetups, organizing activities, or creating opportunities for connection? If they're happy to tag along but never make the effort to plan anything, it could be a sign that they're taking you for granted. And finally, sign 5. They make you feel guilty for saying no. A key part of any healthy relationship is respect for each other's boundaries. If you say no to a request and they make you feel guilty or selfish, that's a big red flag. You have a right to your own time and energy, and no one should make you feel bad for prioritizing yourself. Now these are just the first few signs, let's delve deeper. Continuing with sign 6. Their words and actions don't match. This discordance can be a clear indicator that someone is using you. They may make grand promises, but when it comes to actually following through, they're nowhere to be found. It's easy to be swept away by sweet words, but remember, actions speak louder than words. Moving on to sign 7. They pressure you into doing things you're not comfortable with. This can range from small favors to larger requests that cross your personal boundaries. When someone truly cares about you, they respect your comfort zone and never push you to compromise your values for their benefit. Now, let's delve into sign 8. They never seem to have time for you. If you're always the one initiating contact or arranging meetups, and they're perpetually busy or canceling plans, it's a sign they're taking you for granted. A balanced relationship involves mutual effort and time investment. Next we come to sign 9. They don't respect your boundaries. Everyone has limits and personal space that need respect. If someone constantly disregards your boundaries, it's a glaring sign they don't value you as they should. Respecting boundaries is a fundamental aspect of any healthy relationship. And finally, sign 10. They are never there when you need them. This is a crucial one. A person who truly cares about you will be there in your time of need. They won't disappear when things get tough or when you need a shoulder to lean on. If they're only around during the good times, it's a clear sign that they are using you. Starting to see a pattern? We're not done yet. Let's move on to the final signs. Now, for sign 11. You feel drained around them. This is more than just feeling a bit tired after spending time with them. It's a deep sense of exhaustion that seeps into your bones. You feel like you're carrying a weight around with you, and that weight is them. They take more from you than they give, leaving you depleted and run down. Moving on to sign 12, they belittle your achievements. You've worked hard, you've achieved something great, and instead of celebrating with you, they downplay it. It might be subtle, a dismissive comment, or a lack of enthusiasm, or it could be more overt, a direct criticism, or even a mockery. Either way, they're not giving you the recognition and support that you deserve. Sign 13, they constantly criticize you. Constructive criticism is one thing, but constant, unrelenting criticism is another. Whether it's your appearance, your work, your hobbies, or even your dreams, nothing is safe from their critical eye. They seem to take pleasure in pointing out your flaws and shortcomings. Now let's look at sign 14. They make you feel like you're always in the wrong. No matter the situation or the argument, you always end up feeling guilty. They have a knack for twisting things around, making you doubt your own perspective and memory. You start to believe that maybe you are the problem, even when you know deep down that's not the case. Finally, sign 15. They never apologize or admit their mistakes. They seem to live by a different set of rules where they are never at fault. If something goes wrong, they always find a way to shift the blame onto you or someone else. An apology from them is as rare as a blue moon. Recognize any of these signs, it's time to reassess your relationships. It's never easy to face these truths, but it's crucial for your well-being. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness, not used as someone's emotional punching bag. So, we've covered the 15 signs that someone is using you and doesn't care about you. Let's take a moment to recap and reflect on what we've learned today. We started with the first 5 signs. These were a constant feeling of being used, a lack of genuine interest in your life, one-sided communication, always being the giver and never the receiver, and the person only reaching out when they need something. Then we moved on to the next batch of 5 signs, their lack of empathy for your feelings, always feeling like the backup plan, the person never investing in your future together, the feeling of being emotionally drained, and their constant need to control and manipulate situations. Finally, we discussed the last 5 signs, the person never apologizing for their wrongdoings, their lack of respect for your time, the feeling of being taken for granted, the person making you feel guilty for their mistakes, and their inability to show gratitude for your efforts. Each of these signs is a red flag, a warning signal that you may be in a relationship with someone who is using you and doesn't truly care about you. It's essential to remember these signs and to be aware of them in your relationships. But it's not just about recognizing these signs, it's about knowing what to do when you spot them. It's about prioritizing self-care and setting boundaries in your relationships. It's about understanding that you deserve respect, kindness, and genuine care from the people in your life. You're not just a convenience or a backup plan. You're a person with feelings, dreams, and a life of your own. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise. Stand up for yourself, set boundaries, and most importantly, surround yourself with people who value and respect you. It can be tough to accept that someone we care about may not have our best interests at heart. But it's crucial to face these truths for our own well-being. Because at the end of the day, you matter, your feelings matter, and you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Remember, it's essential to surround yourself with people who value and respect you. Don't let anyone treat you less than you deserve.